Hi friends, and welcome to Watch It Wednesday, where I make one card every week. This is Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, and I want to show you what I have made for today. So let's get right to our project. So today's card is going to use the product of the month, which this month until the end of the 4th of May, it's available, or whenever it sells out, whatever comes first. It's this beautiful Eyelet Blooms die. So you can see it's a giant die, all one piece, and you need the standard Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for that. So we're going to use that, and we're also going to use Sunshine Vibes. So a lot of these products are discounted. So Sunshine Vibes stamp set, it was $25, but it's now only $15. So it's a really good deal. And just in case I forgot to mention, the product of the month is available for just $5 when you place an order of $100 or more. It'll automatically come up in your cart that you can add it at that time. If you're having any trouble with that, just let me know and we can try to figure it out together, no problem. Or I can place the order for you. And we are going to start out by stamping. I always like to get the messy, inky part out of the way first. So this is Gorgeous Grape. And our Gorgeous Grape here, we're going to use a stamp from our Sunshine Vibes. And here is the stamp we're going to use, Sending Good Vibes. So that's what we're going to use. Let's go ahead and stamp that. It's just one little piece to stamp today. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So this particular shape I cut out with the Stylish Shapes dies, one of my very favorite sets of dies. And the other little pieces that I cut out in advance as well are also from Stylish Shapes dies. So if you want the list of products that I've used today, or you'd like the instructions written out for you instead of just in video form, just comment below card, just the word card, and I will be happy to message you the link to what you need for that. All right, so let's close up our Gorgeous Grape here. And let's get our other pieces together. So here's another circle that I cut out with the Stylish Shapes dies, and let me just show you those. So the Stylish Shapes dies are these ones. So they're nested circles, nested labels with chevron shapes on either end, and also nested squares, or you can put them this way and they're diamonds. And I just find they're super, super useful. They've been around for quite a while, and I'm happy to say that they are still listed as current and going to be for the foreseeable future, so they're really, really good ones to have on hand. So all we're going to do with these two circles is we're just going to use a bit of our Stampin' Seal here, and I'm going to put that on our shaded spruce circle. And if you're watching today, I'd love to hear, what is your favorite adhesive? My favorite, I think, is probably this one. I like all the ones that Stampin' Up! Has, but I love the convenience and lack of mess with this double-sided tape. And you get a lot of it in one of your Stampin' Seals, and you can also get a refill to put in it that's cheaper than buying a brand new one with the whole case. Here's what you do when you need a new one. You just replace this little piece. See those two posts right there? 1, 2. You just line them up with these dials, and it just sits there. You put the cover back on, that's it. So it's very, very simple to replace. I like that about it. They also have a heavy duty version of it, which is Stampin' Seal Plus. You can see that little plus down there. If you're going to be using heavier things, or I believe it's good for things that aren't just straight up paper as well. So that's a good one too. So I'm going to just take this Sending Good Vibes and kind of put it in the middle of my chevron label here. This is in Gorgeous Grape, and again, the color for my circle is Shaded Spruce. All right, so let's see. let's put that on there. And today we are going to be using a really beautiful paper. The paper is one of my favorites, and I'm sad that it's actually retiring very soon. But it's this one, and it's even on low inventory already, and it's discounted. So if you want this paper, I believe it's $13.60 a pack instead of the usual $17. And like I said, it is on low inventory, so as soon as it sells out, it is gone for good. So if you want this, I'd beat it to the store right away so you don't miss out. And it's got some beautiful patterns. Like, look at this one. And the back sides of them are so pretty as well. This one with all the little butterflies, and then green on the back. See if I can dig out some more. You can see how much I've used it. I've got all these assorted pieces left over with the nice flowers there. Purple on the back. Let me see if I can dig out another one for you. Oh yeah, this one. Look at this one. So this would be great for a scrapbook page, or you can cut it up kind of strategically to use the little pieces that you want, and you can even put your sentiments for your cards in this middle bit. So it's very pretty, and on the back it has kind of this checked print. So that just gives you kind of a sampling, and all of them are based on this crumb cake background with pretty peacock, shaded spruce, various shades of purple, just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So make sure you get there to get a pack of that if you need it before it sells out for good. And when I used my Eyelet Blooms die, which is that product of the month die that I showed you that is now $5 with your $100 order, look what it did. Isn't it pretty? Like, look at this gorgeous cutout that we got. Very lovely. You can see kind of all the different patterns that it does cut out, and then others are kind of embossed. Really beautiful. So what I'm going to do to make those stand out, because see on this side you can't really tell the holes are there in the patterns, except if you sort of move it this way. What we're going to do is we're going to adhere it to this gorgeous scrape panel that's just slightly larger. And look at that. See, now you can see where all the lovely patterns have been punched out, and you can see all of the lovely embossing as well. Just beautiful. So the trick to this, I would say, is to use the multi-purpose liquid glue that you can get from Stampin' Up. And I really like using this because what you can do, I'm going to put it on my purple panel so you can kind of see where I'm going with it, and I'll show you as well. I'm just going to put little tiny bits of glue in between where the holes are. So I'm just going to kind of go down in between like that with very tiny amounts of glue. So you just want to avoid the holes so it doesn't kind of ooze through to the other side. That's the only real pitfall with it. And what I would say too is when I've been cutting out with this die, it all depends on the thickness of the paper, how easy or difficult it is to get all these little holes poked out. So I used a special foil paper. I think it was Garden Foils from Stampin' Up earlier, and most of the little holes poked out all by themselves if I ran it back and forth through the machine 4 to 6 times. And this time, when I used the DSP, this beautiful paper, because it's so much thinner than that other paper I was using, than the foil paper, it didn't poke out all the little holes, and I had to do them kind of individually. So while it makes a beautiful result this way, I wouldn't recommend doing this for multiple cards unless you've got a lot of time on your hands to poke out all the little circles. And I'll show you what I used to poke them out. I used the Take Your Pick tool, and I used that end. So if you have a better way of poking out all of these little holes, let us know in the comments, because that's what I did, and it did take quite a while, but I think the effect is actually worth it. So here we go. All right. Oh, hi Kathy, and thanks for watching today. Yeah, the paper is so beautiful, isn't it? I just love this paper. It's one of my favorites I think I've ever seen from Stampin' Up. It's just gorgeous. Every page is beautiful. So I'll show you what that looks like. See how you get all those beautiful patterns and all the lovely little embossing details? Really cute, huh? All right, so we're going to place that on a crumb cake background, which is the background color of our DSP. So I've already cut and pre-scored this with my trimmer and my scoring tool. So now we're just going to use our bone folder here to get a nice crisp fold. And now I'm going to turn over these pieces, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals to be able to stick this down. So here goes. Let's see what we can do. All right. And I always put one in the middle plus on all four corners on a big panel like this, just because the post office machines will press it down in the middle and make it kind of sag. And it just looks nicer if it stays up in the middle as well. All right, so we're going to put this on now. And I'm just eyeballing it to see that it's more or less in the middle there. As long as you got it right side up here and not opening on the wrong side or something, it should be okay. And now I'm going to take all these little bits off and put this on as well. And you can decide kind of where you want it to be located on your card. I think that'll do for me. All right, and now we're going to add some ribbon. And just like the other items we've used so far, this is also on sale because they are clearing it out. So this is shaded spruce on one side and soft seafoam on the other, and it is called bordered ribbon. It is a 1/2 inch tall here, and as always I'm just going to tie my bow right on the spool because I find that I use a lot less that way. I don't waste very much. So let's see how that turns out today. Plus it makes this bow, the way I'm tying it with the bunny ear method, it makes the middle almost flat. And you can just hold it and adjust those bits there. That looks pretty nice. We're going to flip this over so that it's on the same side. And there, I'm going to cut it. Actually, I have no waste on that. So yay, I get an A+ for that. That doesn't always happen, but if you get it just right, you'll have absolutely no waste. And even if you have a little, it'll just be minuscule compared to the amount of ribbon you're using. So again, that is the shaded spruce and soft seafoam bordered ribbon. And that is regularly $11.75, but now they're clearing it out and it's $8.22. So there's good savings there as well. I should mention too that if you place an order of $100 or more with me this month, or indeed any month, you will get my international tutorial bundle with the product of the month. That'll show you all kinds of ways to use the product of the month. There's 12 different projects in there. So it's really fun to see what different people all around the world do with these items. And I've been enjoying seeing that myself. So these are the mini glue dots. I'm going to just put one underneath each side of the bow here because it doesn't really want to stick super hard in the middle. So I'm just going to stick that side. I'm going to do the other side as well. And put that on there. Okay, and then I'm going to put one under each of the ends there too, so that they sit exactly where we want them to be on the card. So I'm going to flip that so it's on the right side. Oops, that stuck to my thumb. There we go. Let's put that on the back. Oh, it just wants to stick to me. I mean, it's nice to be loved, but really, let's see if we can get that off. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put one on the other side there as well, just so we can stick that down nicely and know that it's not going anywhere. Normally, with most ribbons that aren't quite so smooth as this one, I would just put one under the knot in the middle, and I wouldn't bother with all this extra sticking. But just because it's such a smooth ribbon, I'm going to do that. So now we have one step left, and that is to put a few little embellishments on. And these embellishments, if you can see that, they have a flower pattern on them. They're kind of bronze, so they're pressed flower motifs. These are also on sale. They were $12.25 and they are $8.57 now. And again, they're going to be cleared out. Just as soon as they disappear, they're gone for good. So let's put one up here. And they have two different sizes, so I'm using a small one and a larger one. And then I'm going to use a larger one down there. And I will show you, there's the detail of the card and what it looks like in its final form. So there is my simple card for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. And if you're interested in any of my online classes where I make projects like this and I give you a bunch of other materials you can use after the class as well, just message me and just say class down below, and I would be happy to send you the information for those as well. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.